ಬಂದ್ರ Somebody could reply. Live with the audio. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It mute again. Yeah. Okay. ಬೇಡ ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ರೈಟ್. It's clear? Okay, good morning guys. How are you guys doing? I hope all of you are doing really good. So finally the mains application is out. Bada simple agide except for two doubts which many students have been asking me. So adukoskara I decided to do this particular video. So I'll be very quick. I will explain to you what should your cadre preference be, and after that I will take up any doubts that you have. Adar jotege some students are asking with respect to Hyderabad-Karnataka reservation, so adu kuda I will try to address it. Okay, so very quickly let's try to understand what should your cadre preference be. But at the end, before we start also, I want you to all aim at assistant commissioner. Neevellaru assistant commissioner gene aim madbeku. Don't settle for anything less, because if you do so, then next year puna you might end up applying for the exam. So your target should be yes only assistant commissioner. But anyways, mains application alli there is a list of cadre. Adralli badastu confusion ide, and it is very important to know what are the various opportunities that are there in various job profile, various departments, so that you can take an informed choice. And because you are going to be in that department for the rest of your life, it's your job until you quit or until you resign, you are going to be in that job. So therefore it is very important you know what is the merits, demerits, etc. of these cadres. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರೀ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಎ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಬಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸಿ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಯೋರ್ cadre preference is job satisfaction. See, whatever is going to satisfy you to contribute with the best of your ability, that is the cadre you should choose, right? So job satisfaction is the criteria. Now the job satisfaction, according to me, see, I have in the past week, when the KPSC said that they will be issuing the mains application, I have been talking to my students, my friends who are in various departments, and trying to understand what is the job role, what kind of pressure do they face, what scope is there for their career growth, etc. Adnella analyze madbittu I have come up with a point system. Use that to help you to make the decision, and ultimately it's an individual choice. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಪೊಲೀಸೇ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಡಿವೈಎಸ್ಪಿ ಆಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಮೈ ವ್ಯೂಸ್ and my analysis of all these cadre very briefly. ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೂ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿನೂ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ whatever will will help you to make an informed choice, I am going to give that information. Now job satisfaction, one, depends upon the scope of work. Okay, is it going to be very monotonous, or are you going to have a very dynamic job? Is it going to be a desk job? Is it going to be a field job? Atara. So the scope of job, okay, will depend on these factors, right? So desk job, kelu are just desk jobs, kelu field work, field jobs are there, so like that. So I have categorized that scope of work. And then hierarchy, andre what is your future going to be like, ಈಗ 15 years promotion, avenue to promotion, ಮತ್ತೆ compared to various other cadres, where do you stand with respect to the level of respect that you can get within the government setup, and 20 years down the line, what will you be doing? So that is the hierarchy part. Then political interference, obviously this is civil services, so there is going to be political interference, but the degree will vary. So some of you who can deal with that political interference and can manage that diplomatically, for them, there you wouldn't mind on political hierarchy, I mean political influence, etc. And lastly, public interference. To what extent, ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, or public will approach you for various helps, or how much you can serve the public. So ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ public interaction. So these are the various factors. Yes, voice is breaking. Is it okay or still problem? So on these factors we will be deciding which cadre should be given preferences. So I have come up with some point system. It looks something like this. Okay. Or still problem? Given preferences. So I have come up with some point system. It looks something. Okay. We are trying to make some adjustments, so kindly adjust at least this particular session. All right. Okay, so see the first slide, these are with respect to group A except for Tahsildar, which is group B. Okay, so here I have put points depending on the scope of work, nature of work, the hierarchy, the political influence, and the interface with the public, interaction with the public. So these are the four headings under which I have given. So it again depends on your choice, okay, as to how much you can handle, okay, how much you can handle these political interference, okay, whether you want to have public affairs, or are you okay with a desk job where you interact with public less compared to the others. Okay, now if you see here, okay, so I have put assistant commissioner first, obviously, because that's the best post that is available. Okay, so I have given 10 for that, all the 4 as a reference. Now assistant commissioner as a reference, all other services I have ranked it, I mean I have given scores. All right. ಈಗ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಈಗ ವೈಫೈ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? All right. Okay, so I hope it will be clear now. Anyway, so this is how I think idu open idre better anta hiko kammi agbodu. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, assistant commissioner I have kept as reference. So idu 10 10 10, obviously the scope is vast. Assistant commissioners, they can not just be on the field level, but also posted in various departments, and secretariat, ella kadenu they can be posted on deputation, etc. Even municipality deputy commissioner adu idu. So the scope is wide, hierarchy is awesome, because in another few years, I mean 15-20 years, you will be having a chance to become an IAS officer in Karnataka. Political interference obviously will be also very high, because you are a sub-divisional level officer, you are an executive magistrate, you deal with lot of land issues, etc. So therefore, political interference also will be high, plus public public interaction also will be very high. You will have lot of opportunities to contribute towards the welfare of people. any particular area, whether it is education, health, ella kadenu you can contribute, and I have done some videos with respect to assistant commissioner. So therefore, in respect to the scoring, all of them get 10 over here. Okay, next coming to DYSP, yes, scope is little lesser compared to assistant commissioner, because obviously you will be in the department of Ministry of Home Affairs, adralle various other aspects you will be dealing with. Hierarchy also is very well fixed and other things. You will become an IPS officer in Karnataka, but obviously IPS works in terms of hierarchy. IAS also always considered superior to IPS. Then political interference jastine irutte. Public also it will be there, but not as much as assistant commissioner, because every person who lives in India would require some or the other service from the government. So assistant commissioner becomes that agent of the government to provide those services. Police andre law and order issues, okay, amele bere other favors that this adikoskara public might interfere with you, but generally it's mainly for law and order issues public will come and interact with you. Yenandre ondu uniform job anta, it is much more having that glamour, but in terms of power, in terms of scope, obviously assistant commissioner has much more wider powers. Even law and order, if you have read your public administration, adrallu kuda you would have read that ultimately it comes within the scope of assistant commissioner, deputy commissioner, DC, tahsildar, taluk level alli. So they are executive magistrate. So therefore it becomes very dynamic job. So my choice, so therefore assistant commissioner first kodi, second DYSP kodi. Then the third and fourth, I have given ACCT as fourth, tahsildar as third, because mainly the scope of work, yes, scope of work is much more wider than ACCT, because ACCT is mostly a technocrat. They will be confined to GST and commercial tax department, so it's quite narrow. Tahsildar, and then later once you get promoted to assistant commissioner, the nature of job is very wide, and therefore if somebody wants to be on the field, interact with public, even if you see here public interaction, tahsildar has very high public interaction. Anything at the taluk level, tahsildar is the person to go to, alwa. So therefore public interaction, and also because of which political interference is very high also. Yes, taluk level alli political interference is very high. Tahsildar has to deal with that. Aita hierarchy wise, yes, you become assistant commissioner, and maybe ADC, if you join young, ADC agi you can retire as tahsildar. Illi no ACCT agi no, it's good hierarchy wise, so you will get DC, joint commissioner, atarella agi you can retire. Commissioner is IAS, so adar kelgade ella ACCT agi you can get promoted. So that is there. Then political interference is less, public interaction also is very less. The kind of public you interact are all CA, chartered accountants, and those business class public you will be interacting with. General public jasti interaction iradilla, so that is why the public interaction is less. So now you have given assistant commissioner first, DYSP 2. If somebody wants police uniformed job, yes, they can give DYSP as first, but somebody who are not aware of the job profile, AC, assistant commissioner, is way much more better than DYSP over here. Okay, next, third is tahsildar. If you want public interactions and you want to be on the field, you want to be involved in welfare programs, etc. So in that case, you can choose tahsildar, which is my preference too. And then if you want you to be a technocrat, if you are an IT guy, if you want a office setup, 9 to 5 kind of a job, and that kind, less political interference, then ACCT is a choice. So this is how you should order it. Is that okay? All right. So this is the order: first, second, third, and fourth. Aita yarge uniform job beku, maybe you can give DYSP as first choice. Who doesn't want public interference, political interference, who want to be a technocrat, who wants to just deal with GST and account matters, just field work beda, I want to be in urban setup, antavrge ACCT is a better preference. So these are the first 4 options. Adralli confusion beda, depending upon what is your choice based on this. So I hope it is clear. Aita tahsildar and all has wider scope. Deputation mele bere department gella hogtare tahsildar. Yes, ACCT also can go on deputation. Ultimately, any cadre mein deputation can go, but the thing is that with respect to revenue job, that is assistant commissioner and tahsildar, these are historical posts, so adike they have, you know, it has been very well oiled, well developed system, and therefore on deputation urban bodies ku hogtare, you can go to health department, adu idu, so everywhere you can go. No doubt that ACCT will not go, but again this is a revenue, you are an executive magistrate, so therefore I would suggest you to give this. Yes, many think that it, oh, group B adike beda hange hinge anta, nothing like that, so choose based on the scope and nature of job. Aita adadmele EO, executive officer or assistant secretary, that is rural development, yes, panchayati raj institution. So illi basically ನೀವು 73rd constitutional amendment ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ all the schemes, welfare schemes etc will be implemented by executive officer, ಆಯ್ತಾ, at the panchayat level, at the gram sabha level, at the zilla panchayat, whatever. So at various panchayat level, whatever development programs etc EO will be. So EO is at the taluk level, yes. So all the taluk level officer other than tahsildar you can summon and you can implement the schemes, like you can PWD, engineering, water department, horticulture, various schemes iruttalla government alli which will be implemented via the panchayati raj system. So all of that, the signing authority, the implementing authority, everything will be this EO. So therefore it is again a field job, mostly at the beginning. So you will be interacting with public a lot of their schemes, programs etc you will be implementing, right? So therefore if you see here, public interaction will be high, and therefore political interference also will be more, because you will be directly interacting with the public jote yavaga interaction irutte avaga political interference also will be there, because lot of fund will be given to you to implement these programs and scheme. So therefore that makes it much more political. Amele scope is, yes, wide in the sense that you will be involved in various schemes, whether it is health, education, roads, irrigation, everything. So therefore it is, scope is also quite wide. But hierarchy wise I have given less, yakandre it's a new after 73rd amendment ee ಒಂದು post create ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, so therefore it's quite new in the department wise, clear hierarchy illa. Okay, so now you have EO or assistant secretary, then deputy secretary ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Will you go to the ministry, where is the, what are the different posts, because the last appointment which was done, presently they have got promotion and now they are deputy secretary. Beyond that ಏನು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, don't know. Plus EO ಹೆಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಸಿ assistant commissioners they have been posted as EO, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮದು first posting ಎಲ್ಲ can be EO, right? So therefore revenue department people also come and become executive officers. So therefore that again takes away a lot of posts from this particular department. So therefore, but otherwise because you are interacting with the public alva, it's a very good post, you have lot of opportunity to serve the society, yes. So as you interact with the public more, your true reason why you have joining this service gets reflected over here. Adadmele I have mentioned AD, social welfare and backward class. So here again public is more, you will be interacting with the most marginalized sections of the society, SC, STs, and over here backward class, and various schemes, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈಗ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸುಮಾರು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್, ಸ್ಟೈಫಂಡ್ ಆಗಲಿ, hostels and other food etc, they all are provided here. So ontara job satisfaction will be there, yes. Political interference will be also there. Hierarchy wise, consider it is very specific to a particular department, yes. So therefore the scope and hierarchy is comparatively less compared to revenue and otherwise. Okay na? So this is why I have put it as 6 and 7. Obviously social welfare department schemes, programs are much more, so therefore I have put social welfare first and backward class later. So this slide should help you to choose now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, okay, 6 and 7. Is that okay guys? Any doubt so far? All right, next we'll move on, aita. So here certain group B is there, one group A also is there, aita. So next group of services is this 8, 9 and 10. Okay, illu kuda you have to choose. Okay, but I will give you my opinions. Okay, so one is CTO, that is your GST officer, or commercial tax officer. So idu again you will be below ACCT. You will be working under ACCT. So CTO kelgade you have your commercial tax inspectors. So the nature of job is similar to ACCT but below alwa. So that is why the scope over here is 6. Hierarchy wise CTO ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ACCT ಆಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ for the deputy commissioner commercial tax ಎಲ್ಲ. Political interference is less, public interaction also is less, because as I told you, you will be interacting only with the chartered accountants and business people. Then you have chief officer over here. If you see chief officer urban, that is your 74th constitutional amendment actually, right? We have urban bodies. So other do executive aspect. So you have the political aspect, that is the corporators, etc. The executive part is this chief officer. If you ask me, it's quite a good post, because you will be in urban city, various nagar panchayat agli, nagar sabhe or corporations, etc. There you will become chief officer. Okay, so chief officer admele you can become deputy commissioner, then commissioner of municipalities, etc. So this is quite nice post, and scope also is quite wide, because you will be dealing with various municipality issues, right from roads, the waste disposal, water, electricity, housing, ella. So I would say actually scope this one would be 7 if you ask me. Hierarchy wise it's fairly good, commissioner ella aagtare municipality do. So you can go up to that. Political interference will be more here, because the corporators, the mayors, etc., they will have lot of influence, the members, the nagar panchayat members, etc. Public also interaction is little bit more only, because various schemes can be implemented through chief officers, urban schemes, and various urban problems. Chief officer will become the nodal officer for those problems. Elections allu kuda chief officer plays a very important role in urban elections and other things. So that is why it is good. One more, section officer. It was not there before. Now I think last year alla irlilla. So the section officer, secretariat, it's also quite a good post. Now I did some research and I spoke to some of my students. So you got section officer in secretariat. If you see the hierarchy over here, so section officer, under secretariat to the Karnataka government, deputy secretariat. So up to this hogbodu deputy secretary, and you will be posted in the secretariat. Yes. And lot of departments are there as part of secretariat. So nim interest mele you can get into these posts, and various line field agents irtaralla, so all that has to come through this. So you will act as a link between the field officer and the ministry. So it is again very good post, so that you will have control over lot of developmental works through various ministries. Even you want health ministry, illa you go and become section officer in some other rural development department, etc. So in field al nadiyuttalla, you will be able to have lot of say in that. But yes, field job alla adu, it's more of a desk job. So you will have less public interference, almost none. You will be interacting mainly with the officers on field and the higher ups and the ministers. So therefore the interaction with the public is very less. If you see here, the interaction with the public is very less. Politically, yes, just the influence irutte, because you will be directly interacting with the ministry. Yes, hierarchy wise, as I told you, it's quite a good deputy secretary. It's quite a powerful position. So therefore I would suggest you. So more idralli you can take a choice. See, somebody who wants to be on field, chief officer is good. Somebody who wants to be in various ministry but are okay with taking up political pressure, section officer. Illa nange field beda, I don't want political influence also, antavarge CTO. So I hope it is clear. 8, 9 and 10. So that's how I would decide what to do. I will address all your doubts in a while. Let me just finish it off. Amele those who got clarity can leave. I will address others' doubt. Adadmele I have put. So this is the another bracket group of posts. Then you have assistant director treasury. This is group A post, but this mainly is you act as a, this department, basically you have the field department or other departments and the RBI banking system financial department. So you are a bridge between the two, finance department and the banking. So enen bills baruttala, enen bills, the drawing officers, yes, they will send the bill, they will sign the bill and they will send it to the Treasury. The Treasury will then sanction it and give that sanction letter to, or the to the Treasury and the RBI. So the money will get transferred to the bank accounts, and also they will send the report to the CAG. CAG will do the auditing, right? So that is the job over here. But again, the scope is very limited, I would say even 4 actually. Scope andre you will be in the Treasury itself, adralle hierarchy agutte. So if you are assistant director, then you become deputy director, joint director, additional director, director. Same thing with others also. Illuno, if somebody wants to know assistant director admele ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, assistant director admele deputy director, joint director, additional director and director. Usually director, commissioner and all of that is reserved for IAS and very rarely senior scale KS officers. So senior level KS officer. So that is why I tell you assistant commissioner is having wider scope. They can go into any department, even Treasury department, the boss is an IAS officer. Commercial tax officer, the boss also, commissioner is an IAS officer. So hange revenue department is still the king. All right. So this is what assistant director of Treasury department does. So I think the scope is less and the interaction with public is almost nil. Political interference also is very less. Hierarchy wise it's fairly good. As I told you, the hierarchy is there, so you can see to it, right? Amele next is labor officer, right? So labor department, if you see again, labor department, that over here, assistant director, grade 2, social welfare department, assistant registrar, cooperative society. I mean, these all, you can choose it as per your choice. If you want to deal at the taluk level, labor departmentally, various industries and various businesses, service sectors, etc. Adralli, are they abiding by the labor laws? You will investigate, you will prosecute them if there are problems. Any labor related issues, etc. So if you want to deal with that, it's kind of nice, to deal with all the business community, etc. Illi social welfare departmentally, as I told you the same previously, social welfare schemes, etc. But this will be more or less at the taluk level. Then illi assistant register, cooperative society. So again, we have various cooperative society act, adralli, whether it is various organizations, etc. So their registrations, then their management, elections, etc. Audit madadilla, but they do look into the books. Adinnu amendments aagta ide, so yet these auditing, etc. is not the scope of the assistant registrar of cooperative society. So nimge urban setup alli cooperative manage madkondi irbekandre, this is a good post. So I have put this. So the first 3 group, then you give assistant director, then 12, 13, 14 you can choose. I have given assistant director as my 11th choice, mainly because it's a group A post. 12 and 13, 14, they're all almost the same. You can take a choice, guys. Not, there's nothing very different according to you. You can see here almost all the same. Cooperative society, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ political interference will be there, because many political, politicians, before they enter, they start this cooperative societies, or they are members of cooperative society. They, learn their politics from cooperative society. So hange balastu, influence might be there. So I have put it as, political interference is higher. Public jote not much interactions will be there, so it is less. Hierarchy and all is fairly good. Okay, next is all these posts. The last slide, I mean, it's not that, that you, something is better than the other. All of them have been grouped almost in similar manner. Very quickly I will tell you here, employment officer, skill development department, adralli you will be responsible for implementing various skill development schemes, programs. I have put it at the top because skill development is a, future. Lot of schemes, programs, etc. will be implemented, and this department is obviously going to grow. in the coming future. So you will have much more wider scope to do. You will interact with the national government, etc. You might also have scope for international exposure and all of that. Then you have youth and sports, also is good if you are interested in this youngsters or the how to influence, inspire them. Various sports complexes, etc. We'll be managing schemes, programs relating to this. Okay, with respect to centers, and all of that, you will be interacting. So that is also good. Assistant Treasury Officer will be below the Assistant Director Treasury Officer. It's also okay. It's a taluk level and very little political influence and public influence. Mainly, it's a desk job and very little public interference, etc. So I put it over here. Then you have AD Food and Civil Supplies, AD Tourism. All these are fairly good. But again, because you are just part of one department, I have put it as here. So this is not the order per se, but nimge yavud interest. If you are into tourism, illa nan tourism adu idu, if I like it, you can obviously put it on top. So all these 5 are fairly good and equal in scope and hierarchy and other things. So make sure that you can decide based on your preference. And then 20 and 21, I have put excise superintendent, deputy superintendent here. But if you feel that no, I can handle it, especially mainly to do with the alcohol industry, etc. So if somebody is okay with those kind of handling, etc., maybe you can do it. It's a good post. Promotions, etc., also are fairly good. So maybe you can put deputy superintendent excise at the top if you are into it. Lastly, assistant superintendent prison, mainly because public interference is very less, and that satisfaction of joining a service may be lacking over here. So these are some of the things. So I have given it at the end. Is that okay, guys? So I'll share these slides also after the session in the Telegram group, so that you can take that informed choice of what it is. So this is the thing, guys. Now I'll see if you have any doubt. Those who have got clarity, applying it, and then you can start studying, because mains is around the corner. Okay, so I'll just very quickly see some of the doubts before we go into our next discussion. So the next discussion is with respect to the Hyderabad-Karnataka reservation. I'll come to that. Before that, I will address any doubts if you have. Availability of vehicles and housing. See, vehicles and housing, whichever is a field job, okay, compulsorily you will be getting vehicles. Assistant Commissioner agli, DYSP, Tahsildar, okay, EO, Social Welfare Assistant Director, if you are posted at the taluk level, etc. Compulsorily you will be getting this one. So if you are in an executive post, if you are in the field, right, most of the one will be getting cars. Okay, now with respect to the ones who are in desk job, that means in the office setup, nowadays what is happening is the government is giving you travel allowance. You can either come in your own vehicle, or sometimes when you are posted in certain parallel department, like if you are in an corporation kind of a setup, avaga they will hire your outsource the travel to a travel agency. So you will have that yellow board vehicle which will be taking you, because the government wants to reduce its expenditure. ಮುಂಚೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೆನಿ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಔಟ್ಸೋರ್ಸ್ಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ requirements to third party organizations. So hange it depends on the kind of job that you are doing. Iga commercial tax allu kuda, if you are into investigation, if you are into what do you say, where you have to visit various business places, etc., aa reeti enadre nimdu job profile idre, right, then you will obviously be given a government vehicle, which is the requirement. All right, now coming to the housing, okay, government housing, that cannot be guaranteed, guys. Let me tell you that, especially in the cities. If you are posted in the cities, forget it. You cannot expect housing. Only if you are again part of some corporation. A corporation alli mane irutte. Like say for example, adon corporation do you become deputy commissioner of some corporation. So that corporation, if they have a housing facility, they will give. Otherwise, they will give you the necessary fund, matlab, you know, housing, HRA and all they will give you so that you can take house on rent. But if you are at the taluk level officer, like a tahsildar agli, assistant commissioner, DYSP, obviously you will be given house at the you know, taluk level, district level. You will be having a house, very comfortable house, very nice facilities and all of that will be there. So you can expect car, housing and other facilities only if you are part of the field job. Otherwise, if you are part of the department, matlab the office job, etc., then you will have to take care of your travel and housing, etc. Okay. What else? Have they given center choice? Okay. PL, DYSP, the PH reservation will not be there, no? No, it's there. CTO, commercial tax officer, not commercial tax inspector. Please read it. Urban development is not available in, whatever, if it is not available, applicable for you, forget it, don't worry. AD tourism, no, AD it's at the taluk level and district level. You see, sometimes a district is small andre, it will be at a district level. If a district is big andre, you will be part of the taluk level. If it is a, you know, tourist destination, then it will be like that, okay. Reservation alla ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, notification, see reservation etc, what posts are there, all of that you have to see your you know, notification ಅಷ್ಟಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿ, because I can't talk about individual you know, reservation ke liye what are the choices. You give this choice, if it is applicable for your reservation you will get it. If it is not there in your reservation they will not give you. Simple, you don't have to worry it, don't waste your time, just put this order and finish it off and upload your form. Understood? So reservation idre illa adella, it doesn't really matter. Aita? Ranking and reservation. So horizontal, vertical reservation adella nimge gottirbodu, right? So adra prakara, so ranking first, and based on the ranking the posts will be allotted, okay. Adra jotege reservation. So all these three criteria will be responsible for you to be given choices. Ashtella ನೀವು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Give this order, do your best, be at the top and get assistant commissioner, if you ask me. ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಈ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ನೋ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಆಯಿತಾ? ಸೊ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. AD tourism, that's what. So you will be AD tourism department at the taluka level, alva. So allinu badastu schemes are there with respect to tourism development. There will be various tourist spots, etc. Their upkeeping, development, etc. will be under you. Also you will be interacting with other departments with respect to tourism. Iga across Karnataka various district, iga monne tane Hampi Utsava adella aitu. So that will all be the responsibility of the tourism department in coordination with other taluk level officers. Aita? So aa reeti various to promote various districts or talukas, every now and then you will have various schemes and programs or festivals, adu idu, adella responsibility of tourism AD. Aita? Then what else? While applying for RPC, HK not to be selected, right? Yeah, obviously, but you know, even if you give, it will not be considered. Hyderabad-Karnataka reservation, if you are not going to claim, obviously don't give it. Even if you give, it will not be considered. Height kadime idre DYSP preference. So ade, so what is the height limit, etc. I don't think it's given, alva. So ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಶ್ಯೂರ್. ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ಮೈ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೀನ್ ಇಟ್. ಯಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪೆನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಲ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವೈಂಡ್ ಅಪ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ, these are the posts, don't take too much tension, just give these ones. See, DYSP, you know, especially those who don't like uniform job, bada, it's a, again, you need to understand that it's a very stressful job. If you want to be in the actual you know, job profile of a DYSP, so nodi, you if you are able to handle it, political interference, etc., so that way you can take a choice. Can you write one paper in English and Kannada? I don't think so. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಗೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಒನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ? ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, and gel pen is allowed? Yes. Okay, but make sure, as I have made videos on this before also, make sure that you use waterproof ink. Don't use those ink which gets erased because of water. Gel agli, ball pen agli, anything which is waterproof. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆ ಪೆನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ಪ್ರೂಫ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? Right. So with that, we'll move on to the next doubt many students are asking is, in case candidates prefer residual parent cadre, they have to forego all benefits of Hyderabad-Karnataka reservation. So this is applicable for Hyderabad-Karnataka reservation who will be eligible for this. So they have to choose Hyderabad-Karnataka cadre. So there are two cadres. I don't know if you are aware of it. I have an, you know, the Karnataka Public Employment Reservation in Employment to Hyderabad-Karnataka Region Order 2013. According to this order, alwa, so basically there are two cadres. One is state cadre, the other one is HK cadre. I hope you are aware of it. Alwa. Article 371J constitutionally mandates that certain posts are reserved for those who belong to HK region. So there is a state cadre, there is a HK cadre. Now, if you are selected under HK cadre, you will belong to that HK cadre itself. So that is what it is over here. If you get selected, if you are a HK student, if you have you know, your reservation, you are eligible for HK, but you have got a post under the state cadre. If you get selected under state cadre, you cannot claim benefits under HK cadre. So that is what it says. So this is for HK students. So ಈಗ ನೀವು ಈ HK reservation ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ, right, and but you have got according to your rank and your preference. Okay, ನೀವು AC post ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಿದ್ರಿ, Hyderabad-Karnataka AC post illa, then the next will be given is AC of the state cadre, let's say. Adralli nimge, once you get selected under the state cadre, all right, you have to get, you will forego the HK reservation. Andre, what is the HK reservation? You can see here, I'll share this slide. Okay, so 75% of the post should be occupied by this cadre. At various level, district level agli, illa at the taluka level, anywhere, 75% of the posts will be reserved for HK cadre. The others will be for the outsiders. 80% of posts in the region belonging to Group C and 85 in Group D. This I am talking about Group A and Group B. 75% ಈಗ ಒಂದು 10 ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 7.5 posts will be for HK cadre people. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ there are other benefits also, even promotions adidella. If you see here also, there are promotions also, person holding post required, blah blah blah, transfers and all of that should be done within that. So that benefit Hyderabad-Karnataka cadre people will have. Aurde parallel irutte, rest of the Karnataka will be separate. So they will not be able to jump from one cadre to another. ನೀವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕ್ಯಾಡರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕ್ಯಾಡರ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕ್ಯಾಡರ್, your promotions, transfers, postings, everything will be in that Hyderabad Karnataka cadre itself. And the Hyderabad-Karnataka regional matra reservation is applicable. You can't say that, oh, it's applicable for Mysore, Bangalore, no. So allige it is not applicable. Is that okay? So this is how your posting will be there. So illi kottirode enandre, if you get in state cadre, then you will not get the benefit. So that means nim promotions agli, transfer also, all of that will be as per the state cadre and not Hyderabad-Karnataka cadre. Is that okay, guys? ಇದನ್ನ ಓದಿ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ತುಂಬ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್, you can have a look at it. Okay. All right. So I think that will address the things. Essay class C. With respect to essay, we will not be doing any class. We had plans of it, but it is very time consuming. On essay topic andre 2-3 hours beku. Instead, we will giving you materials. Okay. In on 2-3 days, the material will be out. Please, you can buy it and you can read it. We have covered about 50 topics, 50 topics, essay topics we have covered. Facts, quotes, data, reports, dimensions, examples, stories. So many things we have provided in each of these topics. Bada chanagide. So you can take that, and on 3-4 days alli tanka bere mugiskoli. I know you are very eager to finish that also, but enandre editing matte printing and all is taking time. So essay ge we will cover it like that. We will not have any class per se. Aita. And essay alli madhya Kannada words use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Yes, if you are writing it in English, you can use some Kannada word, but the English translation bracket alli haki. Because see, why is it I am telling you this is that there may be a chance that paper might go outside Karnataka for evaluation. ಆಯಿತಾ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆ ಪೇಪರ್, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ, obviously they will not be knowing, our evaluators will be from some other state, etc. They will not be knowing those Kannada words, and then it will unnecessarily create problems. Aita? So don't, you have to be careful in that. Aita? Okay guys, any other doubts? If not, I hope this session was useful for you to get some clarity with respect to yav posts hakbodu anta. I have done my own research. I have asked my students, my friends, colleagues, etc. who are working in different departments. Based on that information, I am trying to give you this, and use it. Jasti tale ketskobedi. Whatever I have given is keeping all these 4 things in balance, and I have given these posts. So I hope you will use it. But at the end, guys, yes, job satisfaction and your public service, that is important. Yavade on job agli nade, make sure on 10 ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ facing the problems, etc., and you are entering into the service. I want you all, whatever job that you get under this, do justice, guys. Bahalastu tension, chaos is there in our society. Be that bridge to make sure that there is calmness in our society. That's all that I would want you all to do as somebody who follows my initiatives regularly. Thank you so much, guys. I hope it was useful. I will be resuming 6 AM club very soon. As you all know, due to various personal reasons, I have taken a break from doing that. I will be resuming once the dates are confirmed, once the timetable is out, so that that last push I can give you through that 6 AM club. I know it is going to benefit, but the targets we are putting, making sure that all of you will benefit from that. Bariri Kannadadallu irutte, Englishallu irutte, dayavitu bardu exchange ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿ. Okay, don't get diverted with whatever is happening. ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಂದನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ದಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ಅದೇನೋ ಈಗ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ತಪ್ಪಾಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎನಿವೇಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ, ಗೈಸ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆಲ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಸೂನ್. Keep studying and all the best, guys.